Hi, welcome to Parametric House. In this Grasshopper tutorial, I want to show you how you can make this parametric waffle, a radial parametric waffle in Grasshopper. And as you can see here, I can change the radius, which is going to change the radius of the circle, how many we need around, which is radial obviously, the length of the sections. If I increase the length, I can make and increase the length of these parts, the height of the project, as you can see here, and also how many I want in the Z direction. So you can see that we can control that. Finally, we can define the thickness. So if I just increase the thickness, this will increase the thickness of the sections. Also, if you want to see the results, if I bake this regions output, you can see that we have them here, and I'm going to explain it in this tutorial, so be sure to watch the video till the end. Okay, let's learn this from scratch and step by step. So what I want to do here is to first go to the curve and make a circle. Let's go to the full names, and I'm going to give a number slider to the radius. Obviously this is going to be the radius of the circle. And the next part is we're going to make a series of sections around the circle and then extrude them up. To make this, what I want to do is to define another parameter here, which is going to be the length of radial parts, and for example, maybe it's from 1 to 20. Okay. To visualize that, what I want to do here is to assume we have this circle with the radius r. I'm going to assume that this is going to be the part. I'm going to make this a polar array. Okay. So assume that this is the length L. We're going to put it here. And what we need here is another circle with the radius r minus L divided by 2. Then we can find this point and make a line in the x direction with the length L, and then we can make the polar array of the final results. So what I want to do here is to make another circle and go to the math and simply make a subtraction between this number and this one. And remember, we had this radius minus L divided by 2. We can't right click here and write any formula here. So what I want to do here is to go to the params menu and pick up a number and then give it to here, and then right click expression x divided by 2 and then give that to the results. Okay. This is just for visualization, we don't need that. And what I want to do here is to go to the curve division and divide this circle. And let's assume it's from 3 to 20. Here we can change the number of the divisions here. And now we can pick up the first point. So if I go to the sets and list item is going to pick, I'm going to pick the points, and the index by default is 0. So it's going to by default pick up the point which is on the X seam. The reason here is that when you make a circle by default in an XY plane, this is the X direction, it's going to start the circle with an X seam. Okay, so when we pick up the first point, we are making it on the X seam. And I'm going to go to the curve and use this line STL. The start direction is going to be here. The direction is obviously in X, and the length is the exact length we defined here. So I'm going to give it to the length, and you can see that it's actually the main circle is at the center of this. So if I turn off the second circle and go to transform, make a polar array, I'm going to make a polar array of this line. And because we didn't move the circle in any plane, and you can just actually extract this plane give it to the same as the second circle and this one. So whenever you change this plane, it's going to update. But anyway, this is the XY plane at the center. We are okay with that. The count is going to be the number of divisions we had here. So I'm going to give it 2 here. And now you can see how easy it is to produce those lines. After we have produced those lines, we can extrude them up. Surface, freeform, extrude. And we're going to use that in the Z direction. I'm going to save from 1 to 100. And this is actually going to be the height. Okay, we can increase that if we want to. And now you can see by changing this circle, by changing the length and also the numbers, you can simply make a radial series of the parts for the waffle structure. The next one is, before we get the details, is let's connect a surface to the main circle we had here. I have to say maybe I want 1 circle at the middle, or maybe 2 circles here, because we don't need any circles at the top or the bottom.